Well, it's been a couple weeks since back from Omaha and finally bringing home that national championship. So maybe it'll be a run now. We can get a few more the next couple of years. So while I was there, I had a chance to run back to the old Rosenblatt stadium area, and I'll leave the link of that video down in the comments. But I wanted to make a video a little more in depth about the trip to Rosenblatt back in '98 when we played. So I'll link that video down below of what I did, the short clip of it while I was there. I'll include that portion of the video in this video, and then I'll go into depth about the trip there back in '98, some of the things that kept or left over from the trip. I'll show some of that. I had to dig some of it up. So first, watch the quick trip back to Omaha to watch the portion of the trip to Rosenblatt, and then we'll come back and talk a little more about the things that we got as a team. This is the road that was coming up to the parking lot of where the old stadium was. So I'm going this side over here. Relationship on the map, you can see that right now I'm traveling south on 13th Street. Turn in here, we'll travel down along here, and then we'll turn right here to get to the site where the old stadium used to be. Of course, this is all parking now for the zoo, which is over here. And you can see better in the map here, if you start at home plate, go out, you can see they have the foul lines painted in the parking lot, and I'll show those in the video here shortly. But you can see with the outline of the field going through here where the foul lines were and the foul poles. So all this would have been parking at the old stadium also, but this is all now parking for this zoo. And all this would have been the outfield, and this would have been the stands all through here. And of course the infield was a little bit bigger than this. Is a little small replica, but this is what it looks like on the map as far as getting there off of South 13th Street, and is in relationship to where the new ballpark is. It's almost directly south, where the old Rosenblatt was almost directly south of downtown. So it is actually almost straight north from here is where the new stadium is located downtown. This was the drive into the park. This was all the parking for the stadium here. You can see right over here where we have the old stadium would have been. Actually, we'll probably be right on the field right now. This parking lot looks a little bit newer. So this is actually would be the right field area right here. All right, here we are. They've got it called now Infield at the Zoo, or Johnny Rosenblatt's Infield at the Zoo. And they've got where the home plate is. They've got some markers where the first base, second base, and third base was. So we'll walk around to those. Here's some information on Johnny Rosenblatt. All right, this is where home plate was. There's the pitcher's mound. I'll walk out there. I'm not sure if that's the exact distance or not, but they do have the foul poles, original foul poles. If you see the foul line, and then you can see the original foul poles just past that tree right there. The original foul poles on both lines. about 8:30 in the morning. There's quite a few people walking up and out here looking around. So popular place. Let's walk around here, take a look. Home plate. And this is where, that's not where first base originally was. This is just a smaller field. But right here was the original first base. Right here. You can look that way. Of course, they have a marker for second right down there. That small column right there was where the original second base was. We'll just walk out here just to try and get a view. Of course, obviously the parking lot now is where the outfield was. So looking back out this way here from second, back out here with all outfield. You can see the foul pole right there. And we'll walk over third. Third base here. You should see the foul pole down there. That's where the foul line would have been drawn. Back to home. Now some of these are the original seats. They look like it because the stadium had different sections of color seats. Walk out here. Looks about right. All right, back at home plate. And I believe the wind is still blowing out. I'll show you a little bit when I leave out of the parking lot, but it sits on a big hill, a real big hill, and it drops off on the other side of that parking lot, which would be behind the stands. So the field was really elevated up, and the way the field was positioned, wind just consistently, not always, but pretty consistently, when it was blowing straight out. So it was a really tough place to pitch, but pretty cool and awesome to actually be pitching here in the World Series. So again, right here, this is where it was. All right, so now this is basically where the stands would have been. You see that? That's the left field pole, foul pole right there. All through here would be the stands, wrapping around to the foul pole over there. That would, of course, be all the outfield. And where the stands ended, which was probably somewhere along this curb here, it just really dropped off. And I'll show you. We even got signs up. It says sled at your own risk. A good place to sled. So you see it just drops off way down. May not be able to tell in the video, but it's a pretty steep drop off. Looks over the interstate there. See how it drops off. The field's set way up on this hill. And the wind coming out that direction a lot, just like it is right now. So that's how it was. All right, in the parking lot where I am now, I'm standing about right here, kind of where the end of this red awning is. You can see where the scoreboard was. The foul pole is right here. Of course, all of this is all parking lot right now. So right now, I'm basically standing right here in this area here, looking down the hill. And then there is the foul pole, of course, looking back towards home plate. And that would have been all the stands wrapped around towards home plate. I think as the day goes on, this is going to get more popular and popular. They're starting to come out a lot. That was pretty fun there. All right, well, a few things that we got during that time at the World Series in '98. I've had a lot of this stuff in storage or packed up or so I got did some digging and found a lot of this stuff, and I'll probably just keep some of this out now. But this first thing that I found, I guess this was given to us from the Omaha Sports Committee. It's a bat. It's kind of on a plaque. It's got 98 participant College World Series, Omaha. Some cups. Found these cups that we got here. I've got 5 of them, looks like. So it's got the logo from the 98 World Series and the teams, the top and along the bottom. Of course, these would just be cups you'd get at concession stands or whatever. So I found some of those. This is, I think it was just a push. I guess they gave us this. I'm not really sure how I got this, but I've had this for a while. I've actually had this always kind of out on the wall or so. But it's a framed, it's just a poster with of course you can see, of course, the night game there at Rosenblatt, again with the logo and has all the teams. A little bit of a glare there, but I've always actually had this. Usually out somewhere just because it's framed. This is one of the game used balls then. You can see the logo on it. I'm not really sure which game this was or anything, but so I've got just a game used ball. Right behind there is the team signed ball. Each year we would get all the teammates to sign a ball. We would actually sit in the locker room where it was. We'd pass a bunch of balls around and just get them signed by each team member. So I'm glad we did that, because I've got this one and another one also. So that was from the '98 team. And I've got some from some other years too, but that's one thing, pretty neat to have that. We got these bags. I forgot I actually had this. I found this. It's got the logos. Of course, I hadn't used this obviously in a long time. I don't think there's anything in here. No, it's empty. I don't know if I ever used it a whole lot, but maybe some. I found this. I think this is from opening ceremonies or opening night. It's more like an agenda for, I think, a team dinners that we have over there. So you can see I guess the governor talking and the mayor, invocation and a dinner, welcoming, introduction of the team, closing remarks. So yeah, I think this was just a program type thing that I found this also that I kept. I've also found several pictures that were taken kind of before games. I don't think a couple maybe during the games, most of them before games that I found. So I'll end the video with some pictures that were taken during the World Series back then in '98.